We made it.
We did.
It's
Yes.
Friday.
Friday.
Oh my goodness. I'm so scared.
Me too.
Oh wow. Wow, you guys, man, I'm telling you, I'm scared for today. How about you?
Why are we scared for today?
Because of the topic.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely scared for that.
Hey, we got it's the Double Cup of Joe show. Oh my
It is.
gosh. Y'all made it. I think today is good too, Rocco. We got some names we haven't seen here yet. We got Little Miss Fancy, we got Rain Knight, we got British Memer.
That's a great name.
Uh it is, yeah. And welcome.
Yeah.
This is our morning show. You made it to the morning show. It may not be morning for you. It's definitely morning for us. And
Very morning.
yeah. So we're gonna have some fun today. I am your host, Joe.
And I am also your host, Joe.
And it's a clever name, the Double Cup of Joe show, because there's two people named Joe. Yeah, we invented that. Actually, we probably didn't invent that, but we're gonna say we did,
Mm-hmm.
even if we don't know that it's true or not. Uh, but
We made the words different so that we could definitely trademark.
we did, yes, we made Cuppa, Cuppa, but not on the Facebook channel.
Yeah, we did. We just have two.
Oh, we've got two. Okay, perfect. We win. So anyway, welcome. We're glad you're here. We're glad we're here. And we get to hang out together. I wore my detective shirt today because it makes me smarter, I think.
Oh, hey.
At least I'm gonna try to be smarter today, which is gonna be fun. But at any rate, yeah. So we do this show because we wanted to connect with you guys on the opposite end of the clock from Don't Worry Wednesday, and because I know some of you guys are Don't Worry Wednesday folks, and I know a few people have said it's so hard to make it to these because it's the wrong time of day. It's sort of like, hey, you know what? What if we do a show on the other side and make a show that's available for people at a better time, and also it gives us a chance to wake up early, right, Joe?
Yes. Yes, it
which
does.
is super exciting because you know what they say about waking up early. Actually, the if you look at the most successful people in history, every single one of them was a morning person.
Mm.
Mm.
It's not worth it.
I know, it's crazy. Like, well, at least I can try.
Yeah.
It was so funny because when we were deciding to do this show, I was wondering, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this. So I texted Joe and I'm like, so what do you think about doing every morning, Monday through Friday? And he's like, let's do it. And I'm like, okay, this is a commitment, man. Like
I cause myself the most problems of any person on the face of this planet.
yeah, but now you're here and it's awesome. Great.
Mm,
So we like to start our day off right with a
right.
3-step process. And those of you who have not been here before, you're going to learn it. It goes like this. It's amazing. Step number 1. What are you thankful for? And we like audience participation. You guys post in the chat what you are thankful for today. And I'm going to turn it over to Joe and ask him because I'm sure he's thankful for at least one thing, probably many things. But what's one of those things, Joe?
Well, Joe, thankfulness today comes from the fact that I'm going to go into work today, and I haven't done that in like a week. So
Oh,
uh, it
they're
kind
going
of,
to allow it?
yeah, I've always technically had the ability to go into work, but out of an abundance of respect for not like the government wants us to do, I've elected not to. So like my job
Ah,
requires me to go. Like I have the essentialness to go.
mhm.
But if I don't have to go, like then I won't. So um like I do accounting.
Hmm.
So anything to do with payroll, like making sure people get paid, making
Yes.
sure that transactions still happen, like is considered um, essential. Because apparently, if people don't get paid, they get mad and then they stop working, and so country still has to go on. So,
Yes. Yes. The economy grinds to a halt with people not getting paid. That's for sure.
so yeah, that's what I'm thankful for. It brings a sense of like normalcy.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure everybody will be happy to see you there. I know I'm always happy to see you here. And I'm always bummed when we leave.
Yep.
But hey, that's all right. So that's step number one, what you are thankful for. And, it just sets your mind in the right attitude because now you're thinking positive. Like, hey, I'm thankful for stuff. Now I'm all of a sudden positive. It's a good thing. And that sets up step number two, which is what are you looking for positive mindset? And we're going to look to the future, which is a great thing. So, Joe, what are you looking forward to?
um, yeah, I am looking forward to figuring out why. Okay. Uh, my computer was telling me that OBS disconnected, which
Oh
would
no,
mean that our stream was down. But I am
are we
looking.
still here?
Yeah, we're still here.
Positive
It looks like.
mindset, and we're going to look to the future. I guess we would see in the chat if people were like, "Hey, what's wrong? You guys left."
Yep. So, all right. What am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to figuring out how technology works because that is like the bane of my existence, in every aspect of my life. So, when I figure out how technology works, that's gonna be a great day, and it's coming sometime in the future. We were buffering. Okay.
We're buffering.
We were. Not anymore. Jeff
I'm
said we were.
buffering. That's what I call it when
Oh
I work
yeah.
out. Buffering. Yeah. Cool. So nice. Hey, Wave Slayer's looking forward to seeing this show for the first time. Wave Slayer, you've not been here before?
No, he they've been at the other one.
Oh, okay. Because I know I've seen you before on Don't Worry Wednesday. All right, I figured I saw you here too. So sorry, I didn't welcome you. Weren't in my first timer welcome list. Oh my gosh, I feel like such a jerk, man. Sorry, Wave Slayer. But anyway, so that's step number two, what you are looking forward to. So now we've got the positive mindset. We're looking forward to something in our life and it's going to be awesome. And then step number three is the action step. That's what are you going to do today to make your life better? It could be moving toward what you're looking forward to, or it could just be in general. And I usually think of too many action steps and then I can't ever complete them throughout the day. So I try to focus. But I'm going to ask Joe because he's probably going to be helpful. He's going to help narrow it down to that one most important thing of action. Joe, what do you
Yes.
think?
For me, since I'm trying to do the technology, I'm gonna ignore that because it's not fun, and say this today. I'm gonna sit down and write a story.
Hmm.
I have been, I have many different projects that are going on behind work and everything else, and all of them involve me writing. And so today I'm gonna sit down and write because it's something I enjoy. And if you
Mhm.
enjoy anything that you can enjoy that also moves you forward towards your goals, that's what you want to do. So today I'm gonna sit down and write a little bit.
Hmm. That's awesome. I can't wait to read it. Are you gonna let me read it?
We'll see.
We'll
Maybe.
see. Maybe.
Maybe.
If I deem it worthy of reading it.
Yeah, if it's ooh, food.
Nice. Oh yes, I'm looking forward to that too. Actually, we have a thing. Ryan and I are gonna have breakfast at midnight tonight. We're gonna do Don't Worry Wednesday stream, and then it's turned into this Friday thing where it's like, okay, after Don't Worry Wednesday, we're gonna have breakfast. You know, we're not gonna get together obviously because we gotta be socially distanced from each other. But we're gonna be on the screen with each other having breakfast. Great. One day maybe we'll stream our breakfast. That'd be kind of fun. I think it'd be fun anyway. But that's the three-step process. It's really, really simple. And I started doing this a couple years ago. I got turned on to this idea by a guy named Mark Joyner. He founded Simpleology, great personal productivity suite of products. And uh he had this little calendar, and that was the way you started each day on this calendar. And I was like, oh my gosh, that seems like a pretty good idea. And so I started doing it and totally radically changed my whole outlook on life to just start my day with what am I thankful for? What am I looking forward to? And what am I going to do today? Because I love the science behind it. It sets you in a positive tone and then looking toward the future and then puts you in the mode of action, which is actually bringing your ideas to life. And because I mean, without action, nothing happens, right? I mean, I could sit there. I was a professional sit around and think about it guy. I was really good at that. But then when I started to take action, oh my gosh, everything started to change, and it's great. And now, if you look at the BSS list of things to do, uh, we
Kalji.
got some actionable items. I'll tell you, it's amazing. But anyway, you guys are awesome. So we should jump into our topic. What do you say? I mean, Joe now is on a timetable because he's got to actually leave
Yeah,
to go to work.
it's much faster to get to my office when it's right here.
Yeah, right.
Strangely.
Like, oh, wow. Yeah. So at any rate, yeah. So today we are doing one of our contributed topics, and I'm going to actually post it here, and I will read it aloud. You guys can follow along. Um, this was posted by my Gary, and he wanted us to talk about the number of the beast, and it's free for all Friday, which means we talk about your topics, and sometimes we may get to talk about more than one. This one, I think we might take the whole show on this because it's a pretty interesting topic. But yeah, this is called the number of the beast, and it goes like this. As I was lying in my bed last night trying to fall asleep, I had one of my nightly revelations. 666 is the number of the beast, supposedly the devil's number, right? That's what seems to be the public consensus on it. I did some Googling to find the source of the number and what it is. Supposedly, 7 or 777 is the God number, the perfect number, whereas 6 or 666 falls short of God, and as it is referred in the Bible, the number of the beast and of people. In the Genesis story, there are 7 days, and humans were created on day 6. On day 7, the perfect day, God rested, the day of God. Why was I thinking about this? Because of carbon. Okay. The element carbon is essential for life, along with just 5 other elements. So 6 total elements to make life, which falls short of God. Carbon has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. 666. 666 is the number of humans and the number of beasts. It represents how we are not perfect and how we fall short of God. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 threescore and 6. Revelation 13:18. 888 is the number of Christ. What really shook me up thinking about all this was the time frame difference this number has revealed itself in. For thousands of years, humans have known this number to be evil or fall short of God. And now, in more modern times, we know that number also represents carbon, the building block for life. Very weird stuff to think about. Enjoy the first entry, Joe. You said anything, so you asked for it.
Great,
And that
Joe.
was
You asked for anything, and I have to
I
deal with
I
it.
did. Well, actually, it could have been you, but I think it was me, actually.
Joe said it regardless, so.
Joe said it. Joe said anything. Yes. So yeah, so we're gonna try our best to tackle this. With we were like, we followed. whatever law, I think it was Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law states that however much time you give something to do, that's how long it will take. And we said, you know what, we're going to do this on Friday, so we're going to research it. That gives us time to research it. And you know what? I think we researched it this morning.
You assume that I don't have a Wikipedia page pulled up right here that I'm gonna
Oh,
reference.
oh, look at you. So Joe has the reference pulled up. I'm turning it over to him. He's gonna,
Ah, shoot, I shouldn't have said anything.
yeah, yeah. So Joe, kick us off, if you will.
Well, we said anything, and that's what's gonna do us in. So, um, let me preface this by saying anything that you can do that you find interesting is fantastic.
Hmm.
But don't let this be what you read the Bible for. There are so much better reasons. There's so much more good news in there than just looking at the numbers we're about to talk
Hmm.
about. So yes, this is fun. This is great to think about, and like the all of the plotting and the, the numbers and the different maybe almost seems like coincidences that God puts into His story are amazing and they're wonderful to look at. But don't let that be what your focus is. So my Gary actually specifically talks about the number of the beast and carbon, which is a really unique way that anyone's ever looked at this idea, because they're from two completely different realms. Um, and he's right. And of course, you have carbon, which is the element. It's the sixth element on the periodic table. If I was any good with technology, I'd actually bring up the periodic table to show you, but I can't because I would literally break our entire stream, and that's why I don't do half the things. Like production value will go up, and I need to do other things. I'm going to do are figure out how to up the things that we can do on this stream while we're streaming. So, uh, again, the number six generally is throughout the Bible listed as kind of imperfection, or man, as it were, which lends itself to carbon. We are truly carbon-based life forms. We are individuals made up primarily of carbon and water, actually mostly water, H2O, but also carbon. Carbon is what like your skin and stuff is made out of. So it lends itself to like, hey, like this is a crazy, crazy thing um, to think about. But in the end, it's also it's a cool thing to think about, but it doesn't end up meaning anything. In that, yes, the carbon happens to match the number of the beast, but it doesn't. Where do you go from that? That's just a coincidence. It's kind of left there. Um, what what you can find more of a coincidence in, and perhaps something to consider, is in the biblical story. Uh, the the number of the beast, or 666, generally people refer to the Antichrist in this instance. Um, but later, many of the biblical letters actually refer to antichrists as just regular people.
Hmm.
They're people who operate against the will of Christ, thus antichrist. So, in terms of the numerology of it, um, the antichrist is just it's humanity. It's the imperfection of all of humanity, um, and it really kind of cuts against the grain of the different other numbers that we see throughout the Bible. Um,
Hmm.
and so I I just wanted to touch base on, hey, this is what it is, and that while it is a great coincidence, um, I don't think that means you should remove carbon from your life. I don't think that uh, carbon is inherently evil. Um, it's just a crazy thing to think about that we're carbon-based life forms, and that the numbers there match up to uh, our quote inefficiencies, our insufficiency, as it were. And with that, I'm gonna turn it over to Joe to see what he has to say because he's got some crazy stuff going on in his mind.
Yes, I do. I've got all kinds of crazy going on. Uh, Rain Knight says, "Wait, hold up. Is this a Christian stream?" Not necessarily. We just happen to have a Christian topic on this episode. Um, so yes. Let's see. So the one I'm gonna I want to share with you how my mind was blown a year or so ago. Because I had always grown up thinking, I mean, this topic comes from the book of Revelation, right? And I had grown up thinking, okay, book of Revelation is future. You know, it's a future prophecy about the end of the world, right? And and that was kind of always my focus. Like this is all Revelation is. And then what happened was I learned that it's not it could be viewed not just as a future prophecy, although it is, but it also describes the whole of the history of the world, the history of creation. Because there's talk in there about the battle between Michael the archangel and the devil, and that happened before time, when angels, there's all kinds of stuff in there. And so like you can view the book of Revelation as not just a future prophecy, but also as a view of the whole of creation and the whole of the time of creation. And then also you can narrow it into the time that the author was living as well, because he talks about the Great Tribulation, which happened in AD 70, the fall of Jerusalem. And he was talking about that specific time, and also the number of the beast, which is very interesting. If you look at the Aramaic language, they had assigned numbers to their letters, and 603 score and six, that number also spells out Nero Caesar, because they assign numbers to their letters, and so that reflects, I mean, you can look this up like that. So Nero Caesar is assigned the number 666, and a lot of theologians they're like, okay, this was a cryptic way for John, the author, to point to this is an antichrist right now, is Nero Caesar. And truth be told, he was an antichrist. He was very, very anti-Christian. In fact, one of his things that he liked to do was light up his gaming fields with the uh, burning Christians on crosses. Like he would crucify them and burn them, and those were the torches that lit up the Colosseum while they had, the games out there where they would pit lions and tigers and stuff against other Christians. So so he would showcase the death of Christians with the death of more Christians. And so that's one thing that theologians point to, is they're like, okay, in the language of Aramaic, they've got the numbers of the letters, and that adds up to Nero Caesar. So that's one way you can look at it. But I also wanted to reflect on what Joe said and give him the props, because while this is all interesting and this is great, and you can dig into scripture in so many different ways, and you can find all kinds of different great stuff in there and hidden meanings, and we can you know find all that stuff. That's not necessarily the purpose for the scriptures. And like Joe said, there's so many better ways to read scripture than just pointing to cryptic messages. There's a lot of stuff that's very clear, and it's a wonderful book. And today of all days is Good Friday. For those of you who are Christians, this is a very important day for us. It's the day we remember the death of Christ on the cross. And it's a great day to draw closer to God. If if that's your persuasion, great day to do that. So uh I've talked for a while. I'm turning it back to Joe.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, and chat. I mean, it's obviously a huge topic, and kind of the discussion that usually revolves around is like, you know, Jesus is dead. Like this old guy. There's 2,000 years happen. Um, if you ascribe to the Christian faith that we do, he's alive. It's not like, hey, you just listen to this dead guy that, like, oh, there's some old book that they read and here you go. No, no. There's this thing where as much as things change, people generally stay the same.
Mm.
They face the same issues. You don't you don't need to rewrite something that has all the answers in it. If I give you a manual for, operating your car, like your car doesn't substantially change. Like you don't need a new manual for it. Why would I rewrite a book for this new age? Um, what I did want to get into in terms of numbers, because that's what my Gary wanted us to talk about, was the number three. It's really big this weekend, and it's really big for um, a lot of uh, Christianity. Namely that there's this belief in a triune God, so three parts to one whole. Um, Three meaning completeness. Um, in what's happened this Easter weekend, today's Good Friday, day number one. Tomorrow's Saturday. Joe could tell you more about the religious observance of Saturday. I don't actually know that one. And then Sunday's Easter. um, that would be the third day, and the significance of that being it's complete. When Jesus died on the cross, he said it's finished. So, and then after 3 days, in kind of this idea of completeness, Jesus rose again, and the sin of humanity was paid for. It's complete. And so that's the numerology I want to focus on. You can look at your numbers of the beasts all you want. You can look at, there's the 12 tribes of Israel, and 12 comes up a bunch in the Bible too, usually referring to like we have the entire community together. But if you learn anything from, today or numerology, it would be that God is complete, and his work this weekend saved humanity from itself. Um, it's really interesting in the biblical story where people talk about, if you're anywhere out there, you listen to some news broadcasts or whatever. It's like it's just the wrath of God or whatever. If you look, don't read YouTube comments and don't read Facebook comments, but you'll see that like this is the wrath of God. If you read the Bible story, what's referred to as the wrath of God is him just leaving humanity to its own devices.
Hmm.
That's that's it. It's just
So
like,
true.
all right, I'm not gonna get involved in help.
Yep.
It's
Hey,
not.
this is what you wanted. You sleep in that bed you made. There you go.
Um,
Enjoy.
so
God
and,
always has a sarcastic tone to in my mind. Like, I don't,
interesting,
sorry.
but that's kind of what I wanted to touch on was this weekend is about the number three, about completion. Um, that hey, like as much as there's an antichrist, or the 666 refers specifically to the beast. I didn't know. I don't know how that number comes to the name Nero. I've never heard that before, so that's a really interesting tidbit. What Joe's referring to, and I think Raka said it wasn't fun to be an early Christian. Um,
Mm-mm.
the Roman Empire did not like the idea that people people were like worshiping not the Caesar.
Hmm.
They didn't like that at all, and so
Right. You
but
have another king besides Caesar, then you die.
yeah, so they liked to just kill people for that. Um, and I think it's a testament to what it is. Like, if this is just any other person, like, you wouldn't have all of your dates. Like the fact that it's 2020, that date's based on Jesus. Like, more than anything else, the Bible has influenced pop culture and the world. Like, that doesn't just happen because a guy showed up. A carpenter showed up. Um, so I mean, there's lots to this. There's lots to the story. There's lots to the numbers, and we could spend aeons and aeons talking about it. But when you look at what Jesus did, when you look at his work for fellow man, um, it was more about serving other people and helping other people in need than it was about the research and the other things. Is this because Joe didn't do his research? Partially, yes. That's very accurate. You can make that claim, and you
Hey,
would
but
not be wrong.
I tell you, Joe, you're doing great. Like,
But that's all I had. I appreciate this topic. I think it's really interesting. I think it's fun to look at the way that the world is and look at the way that um, things have been put together and say, "Holy cow! Like, this thing that's like completely unrelated to this thing is connected. Like, that's crazy, in my
mhm,
opinion." And it's kind of like, if you're into math, like, it's fun to look at all the ways that connects things that are just completely unrelated. But I really appreciate, my Gary, you bringing this up, you having fun stuff for us to talk about. And I'm going to turn it over to Joe. But before I do that, I do ask, like, hey, if any of you come up with, some cool topics to talk about, they're really fun. I love Free for
mhm.
All Friday.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and post them here. Oops, sorry, I just totally did that wrong.
in,
Ah, hold on, hold on, hold on.
in,
I'm gonna make it.
in
I'm gonna
terms
make it.
of our chat topic that's currently going on, um, the score, judgment, as it were, is a thing that God has reserved for later. Concerning yourself right now with the judgment, other than the fact that, oh, hey, I've done something wrong and I repent of it. If you consider judgment anywhere beyond that, I think you're going too far. You don't need to worry about it. You can't consider all of the things that God has grasped and put before you. Like, I don't even know half the things that are put before me that aren't you know God related, much less the things that are. So don't consider, like, the stars, how how you're being rated, how other people are. It's not productive for them or for you. All that you need to know is that you've fallen short. We've all fallen short.
Mhm.
That's the topic of the number six. That's actually the whole basis of our conversation today. Is six is just short of seven, which is the number of perfection. And with that, I'm going to kick it back to Joe to let him finish off this off.
Okay. Well, don't forget, I wanted, I love what you're getting at, Joe, and I wanted to also relate because I'm noticing some stuff in the chat. I mean, yeah, people are saying, yeah, because we're humans and we suck, and this kind of stuff, and some of that's true. We do things that suck. You know, we're people. I mean, we mess things up. We have all kinds of wrong intentions, and we get something in our mind, and we're selfish, and we're evil, and at times and everything. But never forget, earlier in the Bible, on the other side of the Bible, God created humans, and He called us good. He was happy with His creation. He said, "It is good." And, and the whole reason for what we're talking about, this whole Good Friday thing, and I apologize if any of this religious talk offends people, but hey, it's what it is. Come back on Monday, we'll talk about something other than religious stuff. And but never get the reason that Good Friday happened, it was an act of love for us as humans. Because this is the teaching. God loves us. He created us, he called us good. And he loves us so much that he would sacrifice himself. I mean, a lot of people say Jesus is God's son. Yes, that's true, but he's also part of the Trinity, so he is God as well. And so his sacrifice was an act of love for us. And that truly, I mean, as we might dive into love as a topic as well, and the sacrificial nature of love. We did talk a little bit about that yesterday when we were talking about romance, because as if you really love someone, you don't really know if you love someone until you sacrifice for them. That doesn't mean you have to die for them, but to, you know, give up something that you feel is good for the good of another person. That's a really good measure of whether or not you love somebody. Because when you give up something of yourself, when you give up something for yourself for the good of another person, that shows that you love them. And so so don't forget, even though we do things that suck, we are still loved. And all of you in the chat, remember that we love you. Everybody at Black Static and Swerve, not just me and Joe, but we love you guys. You guys are part of our community. We just love the living daylights out of you. And we're so glad you're here. And that's why we're doing these streams. And we want to do another one. We just don't really have the time for it. It's called Theology Thursday. And I am nominating, neither one of them are here right now, but I'm nominating Ryan and Kyle to do this stream because they're brothers. And you guys missed it because you weren't on well, Jeff didn't miss it. Jeff was there. But we had we had our weekly Black Static and Swerve conference call, and the brothers came out in true form. Now they're adults, but they're still brothers. And so they have some great conversations, some great bantering back and forth, which is fantastically entertaining. And I think Theology Thursday would be great, hosted by them, maybe with some guests coming on or something, to try. And then, the guest would get to say something smart, and then the Seawall duo would banter back and forth, and that would be super entertaining for everybody.
Jeff.
The Theology Thursday throwdown. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, guys, we love you. It's a great day, and I'm so glad you guys are here. And come back tonight for Don't Worry Wednesday. Ryan and I will be on tonight. It's the Don't Fret Friday version of Don't Worry Wednesday. And I tell you, I posted the link in the chat, and it's also in the description. That's where you go to submit topics for us. You can also put them in the chat here. We'll try and catch them if we can, but we don't always see everything in the chat because we're talking. And you can also email us at dww@bss.studio. That's the Don't Worry Wednesday one. But I'll catch it there. And you can just let us know, hey, we want this for Double Cup of Joe show. We'll come up with an email for you guys. We'll get Jesse on that. Like, Jesse, make us a new email address.
All the email addresses.
Yes.
Gotta remember all these passwords to get in them though.
Right, I know, right? But I tell you, have a great Good Friday, you guys. And we're so happy you're here. And come back on Monday because we're going to be talking. What are we talking about on Monday, Joe? What's our
Oh shoot, I came up with it last week. Oh, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, we were talking about serving. I'm pretty sure. Was that it?
Y- Yes,
Yes.
yes. That's next week's topic is service or serving others.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what I said yesterday. But man, if it hasn't been a long week yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday was a long week. So
Yesterday was a
could
long week, the whole week of it.
have So that's what we're going to talk about. There's lots to serving. If you didn't know, if you haven't served other people before, it is a immense topic, and there's so many ways that you can serve other people. And so, if we can fill a week with it, that's what we're gonna do. If we can't, we actually have another topic saved up for finishing that week and getting into the following week. So
Hmm.
I'm I'm super excited. But
I
please,
am too. I'm excited to see what we say.
yeah,
'Cause we never know what we're gonna say before we
I'm.
get on here, and then all of a sudden we say it, and then it's like, and you guys are all witnesses to our, you know, like stuff
Whatever
coming out of our
happens.
mouths.
Yes, so you are also witnesses. So also don't forget to give us a free for all Friday topic. Oh man,
Yeah.
this is I don't know. Maybe you guys didn't enjoy this as much as we do, but it's a lot of fun to talk about things that you don't know about until like
Hmm.
the morning of. So um yeah, that's all I got. You wanna
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna post a few links down here. You can go to this place as well. So I posted the link earlier for the double cup of Joe topic uh suggestion place. And also then there's here, where's my thingy? Oh no, what happened? I
Joe.
lost it, Joe. I lost it. Here we go.
Oh, Joe.
Go there for this weekend. The Twitch stream, Ryan and Jesse will be on um doing some gaming this weekend. It's gonna be way cool and way fun. So go there and follow them and turn on the notifications.
Turn them on.
Yes, so then you get notified when they go live. I get a notification, and like it stinks because most of the time I'm working, and I'm like I can't join. But then every once in a while, I have those grand moments where I can get on there and I can play games in the chat. They actually have chat games. We don't have that here. I wish we did. It'd be way more fun. But then we'd probably be distracted. I would be distracted.
We're doing a show and Joe's just over here. Joe,
I'd
Joe,
be
quit
like,
heisting. We
I'd
need
be
to
like,
talk about the topic.
what? Oh, okay, my turn. All right. But yes, and come back here on this channel. Come back to Don't Worry Wednesday tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern, where we will be talking about any issues, challenges, or topics that you guys feel you want us to talk about. And really, just keep in mind this whole channel we're building. We're adding more to it because we love you guys. We want to spend time with you guys, and we did all these as live streams so we could spend time with you guys in the chat. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's just amazing to see all of you here. You came this morning to hang out with us, and it's a humbling and awesome thing. So thank you guys.
Yes,
Uh-oh,
thanks. A lot. What?
you were typing. You typed a heart.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that too.
Because we love you.
I'm gonna do two.
Please get your rest now. We appreciate you sticking around, being here, and being a part of this community. It is wonderful. It is great to see you all, but it's also good to rest. Resting is good.
Yeah,
So,
take
and
a
if
nap
we're
on your
gonna,
way to work, Joe.
yeah, take a nap on my way to work.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes when I drive to work. To finish off our discussion, the number seven was perfection. God created the world in 7 days. And on that seventh day, he rested. Rest is important,
Yes.
and we highly encourage you to do it as well. I think this is where we're going to call it because I've got to go to work. But
Yeah.
it's
You leave.
lovely to see all of you. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Please come back Monday, and we'll connect and reach back out again. So thanks. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.